Hey, how you doing? This is Dave Shepard. Welcome to Code Beats. We're going to be starting right at 10 a.m. Till then, beats.
Whoa. You guys wanna go to the beach with free freaks? Totally. Yeah. Swerve. I'm down. Rock. Surfing. Yeah. Whoa. Yeah. So surf. Yeah. Surf. Totally. Surfy. Surfing. These niggas gon' ride the wave. Your eyes are just like a tape. These niggas gon' ride the wave. I'm about to go fill up a safe. These niggas gon' ride the wave. These niggas gon' copy for days. These niggas gon' ride the wave. They tryna find out where I stay. I had it locked with a lad to see who break in. It just was a test. Virgil been sending me drifted to see if I like it or rockin' with it. There go lil' mama, I don't wanna fuck cause she burning, she trippin'. I'm waving, got the niggas won't smoke with this slack, we can meet in the kitchen. I'm burning the ham, these so-called gangsters don't know how to approach the man. I chop up his ass, I chop up his friends, his mamas and all of his kids. I come with the lid, I chop out the top of the beans on dollar your spears. They came with the shred, I told them to chop off your bitch, you keep in your head. I totally do. I had a drum with a K and it's fully loaded, nigga playing this bitch. Catch it down bad, you know I'm putting in your wife, I'm not Spanish shit. Shout that bitch so tight, I had to finger her shit with a stick. Totally, ain't come from my tribe, I can barely say they hit. Totally, I need some brand new ties, I done burned off of the Z06. I know about family ties, I know about the mob, but can't say shit. Couple things I done seen in the dog, I know I gotta die with it. Couple mains, I done seen a couple on the Spain, a couple on French. Surf, whoa, surf, whoa, surf, whoa, surf, 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 surfy, surf, rock, surf, whoa, surf, wavy.
You tryna ride the way and I 10 out of 10 and you gon' drop. You got some slimy ways and come out the boat. It's no for a pound. I counted up, see what I made today. Beat it up, you gotta pay to play. Underdog, I got a name to say. This will never get out. I haven't made your ways. Feel like I made the rain. Scared and I'm gripping the grain. I let it drip and they drain. I got the business Hussein. The money been healing the pain. The Coopers ain't color cocaine. I hope you don't sniff anything. She said she like giving me brain. I hope you didn't get her a ring. They clip what I'm boarding the plane. Jesus enough for a king. Overseas I got plenty of teens. A pretty foreign teens. These hella raw in jeans. I drop a four in the cream.
Surf, surfy, surf, rock, surf, whoa, surf, wavy. These niggas gon' ride the wave. Your eyes are just like a tape. These niggas gon' ride the wave. I'm about to fill up a safe. These niggas gon' ride the wave. These niggas gon' copy for days. These niggas gon' ride the wave. They tryna find out where I stay.
All right. Hope y'all are doing great. Hope you had a great weekend. Somebody brought up in the chat, I just want to remind you, if you want to listen to some of these Code Beats intro songs that we play right at the beginning of class, you search for Summer Camp, the album called Summer Camp by Code Beats on Spotify, Amazon Music, YouTube Music, any of these things, Apple Music. You can listen to that album on your own devices. So at any time you want for free. So check it out and enjoy that. Anyway, we're going to get started right at 10 a.m. Until then, enjoy the beats.
Killers and demons, we posted up, hoodied up, so I know Fetch tryna get you. All of these drugs, we gon' stand over bodies, so he's never living or getting out. You got weapons, but I got a chop that's gon' lean to me, stumble and fall over. I'm on the court, no assist, so I move like I'm Kobe, I'm ballin' through 4 quarters. Or maybe I move like I'm Jordan, if you on the court, you get one like it's 4 quarters. If you want me money, then you or your life picture frame, have them living in 4 borders. Want the news, leave his face on the TV, if you want smoke, just bounce out and come see me. I'm on my point like I'm CP, talking about scoring, you scoring the D-League. That is not nothing to brag about, cause I'm scoring on big homies. Always talk on your lives when you post to a gang, so I walk on my stick on me. 30 ops, 60 shots, do the math, everyone catching 2. If I miss, bring the whole army. All these shots be headshots like I'm playing Black Ops. Chop his face, have him look like a dead zombie. Have him look like a dead zombie. Have his brain on the ground, there's no fixing his dead body. If he running, we dead shot him. They'll know that he's gone, but they praying the mess got him. How could the mess boy, I would not play with boy, see me and got low. But I spotted my god and my trigger start flocking, this shot knock the meat out his taco. They call me the demon, but I'm playing cool. Every want a ring on it. She let me get them pools, come show what you do, take my and go sing on it. If she bring her friends, then I'm bringing the gang. They'll slide, I don't gotta ask. If I slide, then I got it. This shot you can't block, your religion is drilling, don't gotta mask. Killers and demons, we posted up, hoodied up, so I know feds trying to get to us. All of these drugs, we gon' stand over bodies, so he's never living or getting up. You got weapons, while I got a chop that's gon' lean to me, stumble and fall over. I'm on the court, no assist, so I move like I'm Kobe, I'm ballin' through 4 quarters. I don't got it, then Brody stop popping. If demons around, then I know there's some body bags. All this drilling, I'm stopping, don't ask for a treaty. I'm always looking, don't gotta ask. So when I'm bowling, come guard up. I don't need a battery, I'm always charged up. If you freeze, you get mocked up. You get caught at the light, then your car staying parked up. They all talk, but they know the way Max got rapid. I drop, used to post on my back blocks. There were 50s to 100s, my bag always coming, then I'ma slide off to my stash spot. I was there, but they raided my last spot to go to work. Started from nothing, my pockets hurt. Now I'm up really up, and I really don't gotta work, but I'm still stacking and trapping work. I see how they look when I beat me off for these drugs, but I'm purging, look creepy. Why do you wanna meet me? Cause you're a goofy, want time with a demon. She wanna spend time with me when you keep bugging her. I do not want any love from her. Just straight to the room and then I'ma get up, and her phone on the moon, ain't no bugging her. Do not disturb was my last ball, king of my time, where the f is my crown at? If he dropping addies on live, I'ma slide with the guys, that's what bodies get found at. Got 30 or 40, got 50s and 60s, we give them like 70 down pat. We got bread like the 80s, I ran up a 90 pack. Under my bed it's in black bags. Killers and demons, we posted up, hoodied up, so I know feds trying to get to us. All of these drugs, we gon' stand over bodies, so he's never living or getting up. You got weapons, while I got a chop that's gon' lean to me, stumble and fall over. I'm on the court, no assist, so I move like I'm Kobe, I'm ballin' through 4 quarters. Killers and demons, we posted up, hoodied up, so I know feds trying to get to us. All of these drugs, we gon' stand over bodies, so he's never living or getting up. You got weapons, while I got a chop that's gon' lean to me, stumble and fall over. I'm on the court, no assist, so I move like I'm Kobe, I'm ballin' through 4 quarters.
All right. Hope y'all are doing great. It's Dave, Code Beats, day 6 for y'all. Cool that some of y'all are even joining from the road. That is excellent. This is a great use of time. You can be watching while you're driving. That's awesome. I'm glad some of y'all are having some good breakfasts, some muffins, some bacon. We're going to get started right at 10. But until then, I'm going to let y'all enjoy some beats. Check it out.
It may not mean nothing to y'all, but understand nothing was done for me. So I don't plan on stopping at all. I want this forever mine, ever mine, ever mine. I'm shutting down in the mall and telling that girl she the one for me. And I ain't even planning to call. I want this forever mine, ever mine, ever mine.
Last name ever, first name greatest. Like a sprained ankle, boy, ain't nothing to play with. Started off local, but thanks to all the haters, I know G4 pilots on a first name basis. In your city, faded off the brown. Nino, she insists she got more class. We know, swimming in the money, come and find me. Nemo, if I was at the club, you know I balled. Chemo, dropped a mixtape that sounded like an album. Who'da thought a countrywide tour be the outcome? Labels want my name beside an X like Malcolm. Everybody got a deal, I did it without one. Yeah, I'm about my business. Killing all these rappers, you would swear I had a hit list. Everyone who doubted me is asking for forgiveness. If you ain't been a part of it, at least you got to witness. Cheers.
It may not mean nothing to y'all, but understand nothing was done for me. So I don't plan on stopping at all. I want this forever mine, ever mine, ever mine. I'm shutting down in the mall and telling that girl she the one for me. And I ain't even planning to call. I want this forever mine, ever mine,
Ever
Mr. West is in the building. Ain't no question who about to kill him. I used to have hood dreams, big fame, big chains. I stuck my dick inside his life until that came and went hard all fall like the ball teams, just so I could make it rain all spring. Y'all seen my story, my glory. I had raped the game young. You could call it statutory when a nigga blow up. They gon' build statues for me. Old money, Benjamin Button. What? Nothing. Super bad chicks giving me McLovin'. You would think I ran the world like Michelle's husband. You would think these niggas know me when they really doesn't. Like they was down with the old me. No, you fucking wasn't. You such a fucking loser. He ain't even go to class. Bueller. Trade the Grammy plaques just to have my...
All right, hope y'all are doing great. It is 10 o'clock, so you know what we're doing. We're going to go ahead and get started. I hope y'all are having a great Monday, and welcome to week 2 of Code Beats, day 6. Check it out.
Music's repetitious like the life cycle. Michael Jackson moonwalking. I got lucid dreams, repeating scenes. I was born in music. Badu repeating words. Outkast repeating verbs. You see a repeating verse. The first part soliloquy. This teaching stuff new to me. I try to teach truthfully so it can ring true to me. I'm helping community. I check those parameters. Iambic pentameter. This Shakespeare provocateur, Academy channeler. I looked at that calendar like I'm checking that date. We put the music on scales to do a check on the weight. I said I wanna be great, so I gave y'all a lesson. This music's repeating, so I hope you find it impressing.
All right, hope y'all are doing great. We're going to go ahead and get started. As you know, we like to get started by warming up with a little bit of Mentimeter, okay? I'm putting the Mentimeter in the chat, so is Doug. You can click on that link, or you can click on menti.com and put in the code 28180364. What I want y'all to do is I want y'all to get logged in, hit that heart button, let me know that you're logged in to Menti. So we want to see who can finish that line. Do y'all know your hip hop, or are you still learning your hip hop? It doesn't matter. We just want to see if you can at least try and guess the best line, even if you're not that familiar with hip hop, all right? So this is going to be a learning process. You're going to be exposed to different artists. Not all of these artists do I recommend them themselves, but all the beats that we use, I definitely recommend. Some of the artists' words are kind of, boring or off color or whatever. Anyway, today we're gonna be listening to, I believe it's 21 Savage, who you might have heard songs like A Lot, which is an interesting and cool song. You might want to check that out. Anyway, here we go. Finish that line. Hope you're logged into Menti. The line goes like this: running, running. I leave all my cars running, 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 running. All my ops be running, 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 running. How do you finish that line? How do you finish that line? Is it got the cheat codes? I was running, running, running. Fold the clothes. Get running, running, running. Running, running. Wipe his nose. It was running, running. Or the dryer is done. Running, running, running. This is a tricky one. So this is just to give you a little hint. This is 21 Savage. And let's see if y'all can finish the line. The line again, running, running, I leave my cars running, 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 running. All my ops be running, 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 running. I'll give y'all another couple of secs. We got about 60 people on the stream. We got about 40 votes in there. I'll give y'all just a couple more secs to get your votes in. If you don't know, just take a guess. Let's see who's right. It's always fun to just kind of take a guess and see who's right. This doesn't count for anything, but Good way to kind of get us warmed up, get our brain woken up this morning. I don't know if y'all are old enough to drink coffee yet, but you know, we all got to get our brains going in the morning. All right, let's see what the correct line is. It is running, running, wipe his nose. It was running, running. And that's a song by 21 Savage and Metro Boomin called Running. Let's check it out. Here's where the line comes from. Check it.
Be hopping out, cuz straight up. Running, 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 running. I leave by my cars. Running, 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 running. All my ops be running, 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 running. Wipe his nose, it was running, 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 running. Savage never did no. That closet for your wife, 21. That hookah for your wife. I'm Slaughter Gang. You know I brought my knife, 21. He was talking gangster, 21. We caught him at a light. I let my young do it, it was free, he wanted a strike. Oh God, having my way with the cheese. I'm in the den with the thieves.
All right, so now you got a little warmed up. We're awake now. Y'all are in the chat, which is excellent. Say what's up to each other. Now we're gonna start off again. If you pay attention to just one section, what section should you pay attention to? Coding with Doug. Because Doug tells you all the details of what code you need to write in order to make your beat sound amazing. So please, please, please make sure you pay attention to this part. This is Coding with Doug. He's going to tell you the details of what you need to know today. Today we're looking at repetitions. This is a new concept, especially for some of y'all. This is going to stretch you a little bit, so pay close attention. We're learning about repetitions and loops. Take it away, Doug.
Hello everyone, welcome to Coding with Doug at Code Beats. Today we are going to use this drum track where I'm using hi-hat and we are hitting here the hi-hat for 8 times and each time during 0.5 beats. Let's check this. Well, let's say that I would like to change it and hit the hi-hat for 0.25 beats. I can do that. Just changing here the parameter beats. So for the 8 times that I'm hitting the hi-hat, I'm going to change that. But as we can see here, we are just playing the hi-hat for 2 beats now. And if we would like to complete the measure, we can just copy and paste here. And now we are hitting the hi-hat 16 times. Well, but if we would like to go back and hit the hi-hat for 0.5 beats, I have to change all the 16 lines. But let's do it in a different way. In computer programming, we can use a resource called repetition, where we can repeat a command or a group of commands for a number of times. And here we can use the command called for. And we can use a variable, let's say variable I that is for index, and we can repeat for a numeric range. So we can repeat here in a range, and we can determine for the starter, let's say 0, and until which number we are going to repeat. So let's start with our first example, and let's repeat a command for 8 times. So we can put here the number 8, close the parentheses and use a colon here, and then we can write the command that we are going to repeat. So let's say the same command, play note, hi-hat, and beats equal to 0.5. Now we are repeating the hi-hat during 0.5 beats for 8 times, as we can see here. Let's hear it. And if I would like to change and hit the hi-hat for 0.25, I will just change it in one command. And here we can adjust the repetitions, meaning we can ask TunePad to repeat it for 16 times. And that's it, 2 places to change it now. and that's it. And how can we see that a command is part of repetition? Here, as we can see here, we are using the play note in a different position than the command for. It means that this command play note is part of this repetition, and it is called indentation. Let's say that we would like to remove this play note for that repetition. We can do that simply deleting here the indentation, and now the command play note is no longer part of this repetition. But as we can see here, we have an error here. So let's go back and have our command here. But if we would like to add a new command here, we can add it without the indentation. Let's play here, for instance, the kick for beats equals to 1. And now this command here is not part of that repetition. So that's it. The commands that are indented, they are part of the repetition, and those commands that are not indented, they are not part of the repetition. So that's it for today. Thank you. See you the next time.
All right. Thanks, Doug, for breaking that down for us. So Doug is going over repetitions today, okay? So for those of you that have seen repetitions, yeah, they're pretty straightforward. For those of you that haven't, though, that's kind of like, it's a mind-blowing moment, okay? It's a way that we can avoid like writing the same thing over and over again. You can say like, hey, instead of me writing play note 20 times in a row, why don't I just use this for loop and say, hey, do this one thing 20 times or 2 times or 5 times or whatever, okay? So it's a way to save yourself a lot of typing, and it's a way to save yourself a lot of changing things in case you want to change that one command that you're repeating 20 times. You can just change it in one place. It's really important in computer science. It saves you a ton of time. Us computer programmers are lazy, right? Like we don't want to type things a billion times. So what we're going to do is we're going to use these for loops, okay? That's just an important thing that I wanted to reiterate from Doug. We're using for loops to do the same command or the same group of commands many times. Remember, we use that indentation to say which commands are going to be inside the for loop. That's the only way you can tell what's going to be inside the for loop. Now, we went over the code, but now we want to go over a little bit the musical aspect of things. And so we're going to talk about how repetitions play out in music. Okay, so we know how to do it from the code point of view, but that doesn't mean it's going to make sense from the music point of view. We also got to understand, hey, how do repetitions work in music? And, you know, it turns out it's a little, not subtle, but it's a little different. So we need to like dive into this topic, have Taylor tell us a little bit more about how repetitions work in the context of music. So take it away, Taylor. Let us know what's up. Here we go.
Hey, what's up, y'all? Taylor Barnett here with another music lesson. Today's topic is repetition. Now, repetition is one of the most fundamental aspects of music, and you'll find repetition in every parameter of music, including the steady beat, the way that beat is used to create rhythms, and the use of notes to make melodies, bass lines, and chords. All of these aspects of music use repetition in various times and in various ways. As an example of how foundational repetition is to music, simply repeating a word over and over again can make it sound musical. Musical, 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 musical. You get my point? So, repetition occurs in multiple tracks simultaneously and also happens at multiple time scales. And by this I mean one musical parameter might repeat every beat, another might repeat every 8 beats, and another might repeat every 1/4 of a beat. A simple example of this is the basic backbeat, which is the drum beat that's sort of the framework for most hip-hop, R&B, pop, and rock songs. First, let's look at the bass drum and snare drum. Each of these patterns is 2 commands consisting of a beat of play and a beat of rest, so 2 beats total. The bass drum plays first and rests second, And the snare is the opposite, resting first and playing second, which gives it a back beat, meaning it's hitting on the second, not on the first beat. And because this pattern is only 2 beats long, and yet we have 4 beats in our measure, we'll repeat it 2 times. So that's what our for loop would be, with the range of 0 to 2. So let's listen to these. And then the snare on the back beat. And let's check out what these sound like when played together. The third part of the drum set groove is the hi-hat, which plays constant 0.5s or 1/2 of a beat. Since the rhythm only consists of one duration, the pattern only contains one command, play beats 0.5. And therefore it's going to take 8 repetitions in order to fill up the 4 beats, so our range would be 0 to 8. Listen. Let's check out what this beat sounds like all put together in an actual song by listening to the opening of Michael Jackson's Billie Jean. Now, say I wanted to spice up the hi-hat rhythm a little bit near the end of the measure. I could reduce the number in my loop range to 6, which would free up this 4th beat here, and then I could add another repetition, another for loop at the end of this. That would be some 0.25s. So if I wanted to add some faster 0.25 hits on beat 4, I would reduce the number in the range for the 0.5s, then I would add some at the end of the bar, sounding like this. That gives it a little bit more of a trap sound, and if I really wanted to get crazy, I could fit 6 notes into that beat, and if I divide 1 by 6, which is what 1/6 is, you'd get 0.165, and it would sound like this. So, in summary, repetition is a fundamental aspect of music. It occurs in multiple tracks, often simultaneously, and it occurs on multiple time scales, again, often simultaneously. So, have fun creating your own music, and don't forget to repeat yourself. 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 Repeat yourself.
All right. Awesome. So Taylor gives a little bit of insight into how repetition can be used like in a musical sense, right? So we know how to use repetition from a code point of view. We know how to use these for loops. You just say for, 0 to 2 or 0 to 4, and then you say the commands that you want to repeat. But it's important to understand then how that fits into music. Like, for instance, if you want to always have that hi-hat like you do that with a single command and then a for loop. If you want to have a kind of a different pattern like you will have to have several commands in your for loops, okay? So this kind of repetition occurs not just in drums, but it occurs in melodies. Melodies repeat over and over. Bass lines certainly repeat over and over, and so do chords. A great way you can kind of see this in a broken down way is you can check out Billie Jean by Michael Jackson, that introduction, and you can see like they introduce one instrument at a time, and you can kind of hear how each instrument is repeating over and over. That's just a really great way, really great song for learning this concept, okay? So Billie Jean by Michael Jackson, check it out. I know it's not a hip-hop song, but it is a song that's influenced hip-hop for sure. And it's important for kind of understanding the concepts we're talking about today. All right, so that's repetition in music. Remember, we're just repeating things over and over again. Some things are simple repetition like hi-hats. Some things are more complicated like a melody that changes over time and goes for 4 or 8 or 16 beats. Now, what do we do next? Of course, we're going to do a worked example, all right? And what we do in the worked example, remember, you don't do anything, you just watch me. I'm going to show you kind of how to do this, and then you got to watch carefully, though, because you're going to be asked to do the same thing soon. And as you noticed last week, like, things are getting harder, right? Like, if you're not paying attention, you may have some trouble with these. So let's go to our first example. Here we go. First worked example of the day. Now, what should I do first? What do you think I should do first? Can you tell me in the chat? Should I be doing something when I open this beat? Can't remember. What am I supposed to do when I open this beat? Oh man, it's something that I'm supposed to do. Can y'all let me know? There we go. Remix, 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 remix. Exactly. So I'm going to hit remix. And as I mentioned, I'm always going to log in as guest, but you all need to put your username and password to save your beat for eternity. All right, so here's the beat for today. It's a beat based on Surf by Young Thug featuring Gunna. Check it out. All right, I'm glad y'all are really clued in on the remix. Y'all are with it. All right, so that's what it sounds like. Then I'm going to go down to the directions. What do I do? Well, here's the first thing I do. I'm going to make this a little bigger so you can see it. Go to the first track in the song, the voice, and complete the command 4 in order to repeat the command play note 2 times. All right, let's see what he's talking about. We go down to the voice. Uh-oh, we got some errors here. So my job today is to try and fix these errors, okay? So you can see there's like an error, bad token, whatever that means, for I in range 0 to question mark. So I think it said something about, hey, you want me to repeat this 2 times. Repeat it 2 times. So maybe I should just put a 2 in here, okay? That's what I'm going to do. I'm going to take this question mark away. I'm going to put a 2. And you can see then the error goes away on that line. There's no more error on that line. Now, it also says I want to adjust the command play note, specifically the parameter beats, in order to have this repetition executing for 4 beats. So if I'm going to do this 2 times, this is the command I'm going to repeat 2 times, and I want it to add up to 4 beats total, how long should I have the beats last? Should I have it last 1, 2, 3, or 4? Remember, I want it to add up to be 4 beats total. This loop is going to happen 2 times. How long should I make this beats last? You can let me know in the chat, and I see that y'all are on top of it. If I want this to be a total of 4, I will make this 2. And that means this right here, this play note, will be repeated 2 times because that is 0 to 2. And because it's 2 beats long, it will last a total of 4 beats. Y'all are exactly right. You can see, you can kind of verify that by looking up here once I write my code. 1, 2, 3, 4, and we can even play it. Pretty cool. Interesting. That makes voice noises. Interesting. All right, so then let's also go down here and do the hi-hat. That's another thing in the direction it said. Go to the second track and complete the command 4 in order to create a hi-hat track and play it for 4 beats. All right, so now we're going down here. So what do you think? If I want this hi-hat track to play for 4 beats, how often do you think, how long do you think I should have this loop go for? What do you think? What is the first and second number I should put here? For I in range, what to what? For I in range, what to what? What do you think I should put here? 0 to 4. Somebody says 0 to 4, so we're going to start with that because that is a legitimate answer. Great answer, 0 to 4. Oops. There we go, 0 to 4. All right, and then let's say, how long should I make this beats in order to fill it up for 4 beats? So now I want this to be 4 beats long, so how long should I make this beat parameter? What do y'all think? I want it to be 4 beats long total. And I'm seeing now that y'all got the correct answer for this too. So it's going to be 4. And boop, I can verify that. Now, sounds pretty good. Let's go ahead and listen to this all together as a track, okay? All right, pretty hot. Y'all did a great job on that. You helped me work through it. So I feel like y'all have a pretty good handle on this. So we're gonna go ahead and move on to your turn. It is your turn to make some hot beats. We're gonna listen to the beat real quick. You remember this one? We listened to it a couple times in class. Earlier today. Pretty hot beat. Pretty angry rapper, but a pretty hot beat. All right. And you're going to be opening this, which Doug is going to put in the chat. And I'll show you right here. This is your day one class activity. It sounds like this. You can tell a few things are missing, but this is the basic track. All right, so that's the basic track. Now, what do? We go down to the first track in the song, which is the bass, and complete the command so that it'll play notes 3 times. All right, so let's go look at it. This is what you're going to do. You're going to just be fixing this code right here. You really only need to fix lines 15 and 16. That's what you're going to be doing right now. I don't want to tell you too much more. I want to see if you can figure it out. All right, so go and do it. Make sure you hit Remix and TunePad. Use your username and password. We're going to come back in just about 5 minutes, and we will be back in 5 minutes to talk about it. So go, 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 go. Go make it happen. Go. Always put questions in the chat. Remember, if you have questions, you're confused, put them in the chat. We're going to do our best to help you out. Those of you that are already done with this, I encourage you to check out the other tracks and see if you can understand the code that makes them work, okay? So check out the other tracks, see if you can understand the code in the other tracks, any different tracks in this song. Hello. Hmm. 20 seconds left. All right. Come on back. Come on back. We are gonna go over this. Hold on, don't tell me your opinion yet. Now, let's go over what we're supposed to do here. This is the first track. All we're supposed to do is complete this command in order for this thing to repeat 3 times. So we're going to start off 0, and you might have guessed 3 for 3 times. And then we want to adjust the command so that it plays 4.5 beats entirely. So 3 times what equals 4.5? It's actually 1.5, in case you were wondering. And now, check it out. The reason we did that, you'll be able to see once you look at the thing up here, you'll notice that everything now adds up to 8. So that's why we were doing it for 3 repetitions and 1.5 beats each for a total of 4.5 beats. And let's hear what that sounds like. All right, sounds pretty hot. Let's hear what it sounds like with the whole song. Oh yeah, there we go. All right, excellent. Okay, so I think y'all got that, but let me hear what you thought about that. Was that one too hard, too easy, too awesome, too sleazy? Let me know what you think, because we want to, again, we're continually making this better for you, and we got to know what you think. This is the only way we can figure it out. We can't read your minds. I wish we could read your mind through your computer, but we're not Facebook, so we don't have that kind of technology. So let us know what you think. Tell me about your activity. We got over 70 people in the stream. We got 20 reporting in Menti, so get in there to Menti. We just need a few more y'all. Probably need about 40 of y'all to kind of report back to us so we can have a clue of what you think, and then we can go ahead and move on. We really appreciate all the feedback that y'all give us. Facebook really does read minds, I'm telling you. They're kind of nefarious. You're a big Facebook fan, I'm sorry, but I'm not. All right, we're almost up to 40. Come on, 76 of you on the stream, and we got 38, 39 reporting. Let's see if we can get 40 people in there. Come on, y'all. 77 on the stream. Get in there. Let's get one more response in Menti so we can go ahead and move on. There we go. All right, thanks so much. That really helps us keep on track. All right. A lot of y'all been asking about the Beats contest, so I want to make sure that you know what's going down with that. It is on July the 30th. It is both a competition and an exhibition. You know how you have like show off to your parents kind of stuff at regular camps, boring camps. This is kind of like that, but it's just not boring. It's fun. So we're going to have a competition, as you know, where you can enter your beats into the competition and compete against other people to get yourself on the top 10 beats, and then the top 10 beats, of course, go into the album. However, let's say you don't want to do competition, and maybe you're truly artistic, and you decide, like, I'm artistic, I don't like to compete in terms of art, that doesn't make sense to me. Hey, we get it. You know, we have artists here at VCU. We know that art and competition is kind of weird. So you're welcome to also just enter into the exhibition, where we will just show off your beat, and we'll talk about it a little bit. So you can enter into the competition, but if you don't want to do the voting part, you can also enter into the exhibition. Okay, so either way, we're going to be showing your beats here live on the stream. If everybody submits a beats, it's going to be a long night, but we're gonna make it happen. We're gonna show everybody who submits a beat. We're gonna show their beats at least for 30 seconds. Okay, so it's going to be exciting. We're going to do our best to make it fun. It is going to be both virtual and in person. You might remember on last Friday, I was broadcasting live from the exhibition hall right here in ERB. That's where I'm going to be broadcasting from on that Friday. Except some of you will be here, and some of you will still be in person, of course. But either way, you'll be able to vote for your favorite beats, and it's going to be a lot of fun. We got great speakers in the hall here, by the way. We are going to give you sketches to start your beat. Sometimes it's kind of hard to create a beat completely from scratch. So we're going to give you just some very light sketches, which give you a way of organizing your beat. We're going to do that on Wednesday. And then we're going to give you information on how to submit that beat on Thursday. Okay, so just know that stuff's coming up. All right, information about that. Now, as you know, for loops and repetition is not a trivial concept. It's something that actually people spend sometimes weeks on in a real computer science class, but this isn't a real class. This is fun. So we do it in a day or two, but we're going to go over this again and again, don't worry. And we want to practice this at least one more time today because it is a tricky concept, okay? So let's listen to the beat we're going to be using. Check it. Seen this before class, of course. But here we go. This is what the beat sounds like. Starts. Come on, beat.
It may not mean nothing to y'all, but understand nothing was done for me. So I don't plan on stopping at all. I want this forever mine, ever mine, ever mine. I'm shutting down in the mall and selling.
All right, so that's what the original beat sounds like. We're going to be opening this beat, which I have right here, and let's hear what the TunePad beat sounds like. Starts off slow because there's some things we're going to fill in. We're going to be filling in some stuff so it sounds fuller, but that's what it sounds like right now. One thing I want you to listen to that hi-hat. Did anybody hear anything interesting about that hi-hat? Can you tell me one interesting thing about that hi-hat? I'll play it again. Listen to the hi-hat. Let me know if you hear anything interesting in that hi-hat. Did you hear anything interesting about that hi-hat? It was a little different than sometimes we hear. I'll play it one more time. Yeah, Haley's onto it. So so it feels rush or the pauses aren't equal. Yeah, y'all are getting it. So what it does is it's using a triplet, okay? So usually in hi-hats, we're just doing like but what we do there is we're putting in a triplet. So a triplet is when you play like 3 notes in a area that you would normally play 2 notes. So it's like 1, 2, triplet, 1, 2, triplet, 1, 2, triplet. It's just a different way of subdividing the beat. So instead of subdividing the beat into 2, which is what we normally do, 1 and 2 and, people are subdividing it into triplets, into 3. Triplet. Okay, 1 beat, triplet. So it just sounds different. 1 and triplet, 1 and triplet. So that's just something I want y'all to be aware of. If you're not that into music, that's something that you can use. All right, anyway, sidetrack. That was a complete sidetrack. Let's get back to the meat of this. Here's what you're going to be doing. What are we going to do first? We're going to remix in TunePad. Y'all know that. And then we are going to go ahead and come on down and listen to this. We're going to go to the first track and complete the commands, 4 in total, in order to play this track for 32 beats, which is 8 measures. So check it out. You got 1, 2, 3, four for loops, which you're gonna fix, okay? And your job is to fill in the ranges here. So you're gonna fix these four for loops and try and make it sound kind of like the original song. Make sure you log in, and I'm gonna give y'all about 5 minutes to do that. This one's a little trickier. Get in there, go, go, go. All right, remember, if you're done, I want you to look at the other tracks and see if you can understand how they're coded up. I know some of y'all are getting pretty good at this and getting pretty good at coding, but understanding other people's code for some of these other tracks is non-trivial, and I'd be surprised if y'all can read and understand and even change a little bit some of the code from all the other tracks. So check out the other tracks too. come on back, come on back. We're gonna go over some things. Come on back. Come on back. All right, so first of all, I want to show you a little bit about this one. I think y'all got this one, but check it out. I'm gonna solve it in a very straightforward way. All right, so we want this whole thing to add up to 32 beats. So 32 divided by 4 is 8, right? Am I doing that math right? 32 divided by 4 is 8, so I'm just gonna make all of these 8. And that should add up to 32. Going down the list, let's see. You could have done this many different ways, but this is probably a good way to do it. All right, so now I can kind of verify that that is added up to 32. All right. And it runs out of space to show it, but this is actually, it would show it as it scrolled here. Let's hear what that sounds like. All right, sounds pretty hype. Let's hear what it sounds like with the whole song. There we go. Sounds a lot more like the real song, right? And so I think y'all got that one. Seems like everybody, didn't have too much problems with that. So let's hear, what'd you think about that one? You think it was super hard, super easy, super lame, super great, super Greg? What did you think? Let me know what you thought about that one. Again, we got over 70 people on the stream right now, so I kind of want to get about 40 of y'all. Just give me some feedback so that we know if we're on track or not. You know what I'm saying? We're all old people, so we need y'all young people to tell us what's up in terms of, whether it's hard or easy or whatever. I've been doing computers forever, so I don't know what's hard and easy anymore. I'm confused, befuddled. What can I say? Get old. You can't tell these things. You need help from the youngins. We got 31 people already responding, 34. Come on, y'all. Just get a few more of y'all slackers in there so we can move on. 36, so close, so close. Doug wants to get his PhD. Give him some feedback. 40, there we go. Okay, great. Now, what'd you think about the music? What do you think about the music? Did you love the music today? Some of y'all were saying that especially that second beat was the best that you've done. So, let me know how you were feeling the music today. We want to know if we're using the right beats. These are the kind of the songs that you like, or these are, you want to hear more MC Hammer. Let us know whether you want to hear more MC Hammer or not, or whether you think these songs are great. Do y'all know who MC Hammer is? Probably not. That's a really old school rapper. Not a particularly great rapper, but kind of fun guy. He's too legit to quit. And more MC Hammer. Okay, we'll see if we can fit in more MC Hammer. All right, we almost got 40. Let's get that magic number 40 in there. Yeah, there we go. Thank y'all so much. Y'all are excellent. Now, we're going to be talking about the after class activity here. Here's the beat. Oops, not what I meant to hit. Here's the real beat, the original beat. Let's listen to that real quick.
Yeah. Halloween. Yeah. Jumpman, them boys up to something. They just spent like 2 or 3 weeks out.
All right, so that's what that sounds like. You can read what your mission is. Of course, you're going to hit remix. It sounds like this in TunePad. Starts off like this. And then the beat's about to drop, right? All right, so we got some fixing to do. What to do? Go to the first track and complete the melody. And go to the second track and give it some hi-hats, okay? You can tell it's missing something. So, you're going to complete the melody here. Here's the directions. You want to make sure each measure sums up to 4 beats, remember? So like this is 1, 2, 0, 1. So this is 3 beats, and this is only really like 1 or 2. Anyway, check it out. Make sure everything sums up to 4 beats total. And then in the hi-hat, you want to just use some of those 4-loop skills that you got today to create a cool hi-hat beat, that's what we're doing after class. But we're not starting that quite yet. We're going to do the quiz in just a second, but I wanted to take a second because we're a little ahead of time, just a little ahead of time. I want to mention something about rap. Okay, check it out. Rap is all about sampling. Okay, I'm going to play 3 songs for you, and just to let you know how much rap is all about sampling other people's music. Check it out. Listen. I want y'all to listen really closely. Here is a brand new song from Jack Harlow. Okay, listen to the beat.
I became exactly what I wanted to. I became a millionaire at 22. Telling girls I love them and they love me too. Ooh. I don't question if they mean it cause I know they do. Started being me when I realized it was okay to.
All right, has anybody ever heard that beat before? Let me know if you've ever heard that beat before. That's from Jack Harlow, Rendezvous. Has anybody ever heard that beat in another song before? There is a popular song. There's a popular recent song. In fact, I'm going to play it for you. Here is the song that it samples, kind of. Check it out. This is John Legend.
So we did it again. No, we should quit it, but we simply won't admit it again. It feels.
All right, so you can see how Jack Harlow sampled John Legend, right? Is that what happened there, you think? Actually, no. So Jack Harlow might have sampled John Legend, or he might have heard it from John Legend, but it's actually originally from a song from the 1970s, 74, called The Midnight Movers. Check it out. Here's the original song. All right, so the only point I'm trying to make here is that rap songs often sample from other songs, okay? And that's totally okay for y'all to do too. If you have a great song, like a funk song from the 60s, 70s, or whatever, that you want to use as inspiration for your track for the competition, absolutely go for it. That is what rap's all about. Stealing and changing some beats and redoing it in your own way, that is totally okay. All right. I wanted to just say that we had some great quiz participants last week. Our winners for last week were Monday, Cohen with 4,822 points. Tuesday, Paper the Great, way to go. Wednesday, Abhaya, let me know how to say that correctly if you're in the chat. Thursday we had Gracelia, excellent. GCV Gaming is actually Cohen, way to go. And Friday we had Jeff. All right, so we had Cohen, Paper the Great, Abheye, Gracelia, and Jeff. Way to go, y'all. All right, so we're about to start up the quiz for today. Get in to Mentimeter and use the same orange milk as Gracelia. Way to go, orange milk. Make sure, wait, how do you say it? Abe is how you pronounce it. Abe. Way to go, Abe. Quiz time. Make sure you use the same name as last week so we can tally up your points. Get in there. Get in there, log in. All right, hopefully y'all have had a chance to log in. We're going to go ahead and get started. Here we go. Answer fast to get more points. What can I use to repeat a command for 4 times in TunePad? How am I going to repeat a command 4 times? Repeat from 1 to 4. 4I in range 0 to 4. 4J in range 0 to 4. Repeat it for me, please. Repeat it for me, please. What command can I use to repeat a command for 4 times in TunePad? Repeat from 1 to 4. 4I in range 0 to 4. 4J in range 0 to 4. Repeat it for me, please. And that's right. There are actually 2 correct answers. 4I in range 0 to 4 or 4J in range 0 to 4. Either one is correct. Excellent, excellent. Y'all got this one down. Swift Fox is in there. Beat Buddy. Way to go. Y'all are doing great. Question 2 of 5. How do we know the commands that are part of a repetition in TunePad? How do we know which commands are going to be repeated? Is it randomly selected? We have no idea. We don't know. It depends on the parentheses. Or do we check the indentation? How far it's spaced in from the left-hand side, the indentation. What do you think? Randomly selected, we don't know. It depends on parentheses, or do we check the indentation? Remember, this language is based on Python, so just a little hint there. And it depends on the indentation. In other languages, it does depend on parentheses, but in this language, it checks only the indentation. So the indentation is what matters in this language, which is basically Python. All right, great job. Beat Buddy's in the lead. Question 3 of 5. Which value of parameter beats must be used to have a measure beats using a repetition with range 0 to 16? So when you're trying to make 4 beats and you're repeating things 16 times, what is the value of beats that you should have? There's a little math involved here. Basically, 4 times what equals 16? I mean, 4 times, sorry, what times 16 equals 4? Sorry, might have screwed that up for you. And at least 16 of you know that it is 16 times 0.25 equals a total of 4 beats. Way to go. And it looks like we're going to have a new leader here. Jeremiah, Gracelia doing great. Cake, and Ashton, and Travis, and Florin, and Nina moving on up. Cute Cub moving on up. Let's see, question 4 or 5. When should I use a repetition in TunePad? When should you use repetition? When you're lazy? When the teacher makes me? When I want to finish the activity faster? When I have commands that are repeated? What do y'all think? When you're lazy, when the teacher asks you to or makes you, when I want to finish the activity faster, or when I have commands that are repeated? What do y'all think? That's right. When I have commands that are repeated, very good. Y'all are getting the hang of this. Almost the last question. And who's in our lead right now? It looks like it's going to be Jeremiah, followed very closely by Gracelia, by Taylor, Cake, Ashton, Travis, Florin, and Nina. Let's go to our last question. Here we go. Answer fast to get more points. Complete the following command. For I in ... 0 to 8. For I in ... 0 to 8. Would you replace that ... with ranger, interval, range, or variable? What do you think? Ranger, interval, range, or variable? What would you put in place of that ... And many of you know it is range. Way to go. for Iron Range. Ooh, it is gonna be tight. But I think Jeremiah is our winner today. Way to go, Jeremiah. Followed closely by Ashton, Gracilia, Travis, Florin, Lee, Beat Buddy, Swift Fox, Little Pando, and Neurosurgeon Vic. All right, great job. Great job, y'all. Great job. Now remember, our help session is today and every day, really, at noon. Make sure you do your class activity, your after class activity. That's going to really help you make the best beat. Your after class activity, Doug, please put that again in the chat. Make sure you do that each day because that's going to really help you get better and better and better. And it's also a cool beat. And that's going to be it for today. Join us in the Zoom. If you have any questions, make sure you do your after class activity. And I will see y'all tomorrow. You can ask any more questions you have in the chat. See y'all tomorrow.
Music's repetitious like the life cycle. Michael Jackson moonwalking. I got lucid dreams, repeating scenes. I was born in music. Badu repeating words. Outkast repeating verbs. You see a repeating verse. The first part soliloquy. This teaching stuff new to me. I try to teach truthfully so it can ring true to me. I'm helping community. I check those parameters. Iambic pentameter. This Shakespeare provocateur. Academy channeler. I looked at that calendar like I'm checking that date. We put the music on scales to do a check on the weight. I said I wanna be great, so I gave y'all a lesson. This music's repeating, so I hope you find it impressive. Yeah.